So a lot of you guys come on this channel because you guys want to learn the best ways to make money and become financially free. And well, besides investing, one of the best ways to become financially free is to have a side hustle so you can make more money while you're working your full-time job. Take that money, invest it, and then live a very prosperous life. But what's the best side hustle to do in 2024? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking the best side hustles and the reasons why they're so good. So without further ado, let's hop on in. So we have a list of all different kinds of side hustles that are pretty popular nowadays. And we're going to start with this first one, which is affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is where you have a special link to another person's product or service. And then every time that someone uses your link to then buy the product or service, you get a small commission for it. So for example, we do a lot of affiliate marketing for brands that we really enjoy, such as companies like Stessa or Anderson Advisors. And whenever someone from our real estate investing channel gets insurance through Stessa or Anderson Advisors, we get a small commission from that. Affiliate marketing is great because you can post content, and depending on where it goes, it can live on the internet forever. And if someone reads your article about it, likes it a lot, clicks it, and goes through with it, then you get good money. And it's pretty consistent as long as you have good traffic to your sources. So because of that, I think affiliate marketing is an A category. Now the big downside to affiliate marketing is it takes a lot of time to build that brand awareness for people to click on your links in the first place and to develop that trust with your audience. Once you have it, it's really good, very stable, and I highly recommend. And one of the big things to do with affiliate marketing is to have your own website, maybe your own podcast, email list, and to have that structure that's out there, then it's gonna be very good for you guys. And speaking of affiliate marketing, one of the best ways to be successful with it is to have an established website to host your blogs and affiliate links. But creating a website from scratch can be intimidating and time consuming, which is why you need to check out the sponsor of today's video, Hostinger. Hostinger is a must for those trying to create a professional website with zero coding skills. And we're going to show you exactly how easy it is to get started. So first, head over to hostinger.com/Sean or click on the link in the description to follow me. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see their different pricing plans. And I recommend going with their business plan because it has all these amazing AI options here. And as you can see, it's just $3.99 a month. And this price lasts for 48 months, which means you can get this deal for basically 4 years. Now, even though you're already saving a lot, by using my coupon code Sean, you're going to save another 10% off and get this for only $172 for 4 years. And creating a website is super simple. So once you've registered and signed up, you can go to your dashboard here, click on create a website with AI, click on create, go with Hostinger website builder, and then here you can type in the domain name like Real Estate Riches. And down here, you can see all the different domain names you can register for, and they even give you your first year for free. In this case, because I don't want to lock in something right now, I'm going to use a temporary domain. You can always go back and add it later. Then you can add some information so the AI can determine what kind of website to build for you. In this case, we're going to call this Real Estate Riches. The website type for me is going to be a blog. Of course, you can have an online store or portfolio to showcase your work. And this is going to be, we are a real estate investing community that is focused on achieving financial freedom. And you're just giving the context so it knows what to build for you. Click on create a website, and it's going to take a minute or two to actually create the website for you. And as you can see, this doesn't look too bad for a first draft. And then from here, you can edit it. And one of the coolest things is you can use the AI tools to even create copy. So it can create blog posts for you, it can create images for you. And by using these tools, it makes it so you can spend more time creating content and less time having writer's block and getting stuck. And the pricing is super competitive at just $3.99 a month, which is insane considering that a domain already costs $9.99 for just 1 year. So make your next website with Hostinger and use my link hostinger.com/Sean or use code Sean to get 10% off. And now back to the video. Okay, the next one is Amazon FBA. So that's where you get a product sourced, probably from some factory in China, have it delivered to an Amazon warehouse. And anytime someone buys a product from you on Amazon, you don't have to fulfill it yourself. You don't have to go to a postal office and ship it. Since it's already in the Amazon warehouse, they're gonna package it for you. It'll be able to be delivered to your customers through Amazon Prime. So it's another reason why someone would buy from you in the first place. And because of that, it is very convenient. But the downside to Amazon FBA is now you're dealing with physical inventory. So if your supplier isn't doing a good job, the quality is low, you might get a lot of refunds because again, it's a physical product. You're sending it on a ship, from China, it has to go through customs, then get sent to an Amazon warehouse where it has to sit there. So you're paying for the cost of the goods, you're paying for all the storage fees, you're paying for any transportation costs to deliver it from the factory to the Amazon warehouse. All these costs add up. And at the end of the day, you may see a pretty high gross number, but after subtracting all the different expenses you have with this type of business, it actually isn't gonna be that much. And all of your inventory that's sitting there, that's money that could be somewhere else. but it's just sitting in dead products. For example, I used to sell selfie sticks and I did okay, but not enough for me to make it worth it. Also with Amazon FBA, if there's a product that sells really, really well, then you bet there's going to be a ton of other competitors who come into the space, use your exact same product, and then you really don't have that big of a competitive advantage. And if you do really, really, really well, Amazon can come in with their Amazon's basics version of your product and then just blow you out the water. So because of that, Amazon FBA is good, can be very lucrative, but because of all the negatives, I'm going to put this in the B category. The next one is day trading. So that's where you're buying and selling stocks on a daily basis, trying to get that small profit here and there. But it's kind of like gambling in my opinion. I don't really believe that you can see a physical chart and then be better than a computer algorithm or someone who does this as a professional their whole lives. Like, I don't see it happening. There's definitely coincidences, people get lucky. And of course, there are a lot of people out there who I know personally who do day trading and supposedly they're successful with it. But as like a side hustle and a career, I wouldn't do it. So I'm going to put this in the D category. I think it's better if you just try these other hustles first instead of just trying to make money through day trading. All right, the next one is freelancing. So that's where you are offering to, write a blog for someone or to create some beautiful graphic designs. And the cool thing is with freelancing, you can do this from anywhere in the world. I could be in Taiwan freelancing for someone in the United States and get paid a decent amount. But the problem with freelancing is it is not scalable. You basically have to do all the work yourself. You're trading your hours for money and there's no real way to expand that business. Even if you get really, really good, that just means you take on more customers for the most part. You can't really charge that much as an Upwork employee. I think it's a great way to start, but ultimately, because it's not scalable, there's a cap to its potential. And because of that, I'm gonna put this in the C category for side hustles. Super easy to start. If you need money right away and you don't mind doing some basic work, go here. But in the long run, it's not that great. And if you end up getting too many clients, then you have the issue of having, a lot of people possibly yelling at you, asking, where your deliverables are, telling you to do revisions over and over again. It's honestly probably not worth the headache. All right, the next one is print on demand. So that's like Merch by Amazon, Printify. That's basically where you have like a logo on a t-shirt and then you upload it to the website. When someone buys it, you get a royalty cut. But the beautiful part is it's not like you're buying 1,000 t-shirts, putting all the logo designs, making it small, medium, large, and having to hold all the inventory. No, like you just upload a logo and then the back end is the one who has to hold all the t-shirts. But then when someone buys it, they print it, sell it, and you get a cut. Because of that, I love things that have no inventory. You don't have to have any of these issues that you do with Amazon FBA of like worrying about the supplier, worrying about the quality, and paying all these costs for holding it. You just upload the logo and then when you get paid, you get paid. And because of that, I'm putting an A. Because the main downside to print on demand is the amount you make per shirt isn't going to be that much just because of the nature of how business works. If you sell a shirt for too much money, then people won't buy your shirt. So you have to usually lower it to maybe, let's say $16 a shirt, but then you're only gonna get maybe like $1 or $2 per shirt that you sell. So you have to sell a lot of shirts to really make some decent money here. And because of that, it is good, but it's gonna be an A for me. All right, the next one is SMMA. This stands for Social Media Marketing Agency. Typically, a lot of people online are selling courses about how to be an SMMA like person, where you go to like a dentist's office, a doctor's office, and you offer to do their social media marketing for them. So you're gonna post on Instagram, help them generate business. And yeah, while it is interesting in concept, I think in practice, it doesn't really work out that well. People probably won't pay you that much money to do this kind of work, especially if you're some like nobody off the street. And then they also probably won't continue with you if you're not seeing genuine results. And because of that, again, I'm gonna put this probably in the D category. Like it is a lot of work to set it up for like most people. And there are other ways of making money that are probably easier than this. And the reason, again, why I'm making this so low is because it is talked about on social media a lot about how easy it is and then how people sell courses about being an SMMA person, but it's not that easy. So putting it down there, but above day trading. All right, the next one is Etsy digital products. So this doesn't have to be on Etsy. It can be anywhere where you're basically creating an asset and then selling it. So this one is very much like print on demand where you're uploading like a digital file and then they pay for that digital file. So as an example, Sharon would sell things like wedding invitations or maybe even funeral cards. You can even upload designs for like posters. Some people even sell like notebooks, but the cover is their design. And because it's a digital product, again, just like print on demand, you don't have to worry about inventory. You don't have to worry about suppliers really. The backend companies usually handle the deliverable. And if it's a straight up digital product where it's not even a notebook, then they have to just download the file. It's so easy, right? You just copy and paste the file. One downside is if people are stupid and they don't know how to use a digital product, but again, that's pretty rare. For me, I actually have online calculator that I sell online, which is a calculator that I made to analyze real estate investing properties. People really like it. They gave me feedback and I improve it over time. And of course, I give the improved version to everyone who's bought the calculator. I had to do no work on it. I just get paid, and it's very nice. And the beauty with digital products is you basically get all of the money from it. Instead of print on demand, you only get a small royalty. So for that reason, I'm gonna put this on the S category. And if you guys wanna learn how to get into your own Etsy shop, you can check out Sharon's course with the link down in the description. All right, the next one is dog sitting. So this one's really cool one that one of my friends does. She just has people who work full-time jobs send their dogs to her place because she works remotely from home, and she just takes a dog on a walk once in a while. And these people are working professionals, so they don't mind spending a lot of money on their dogs. They bring them in the morning. The dogs typically have some kind of like anxiety issues of like being alone. So it's nice to be able to just like hang out and play with the dogs all day long and take them on a walk. Of course, the downside of dog sitting is, one, you're responsible for someone's dog. So if something happens on your watch, you're going to be in big doo-doo for sure. People who have dogs love their dogs. It could be a mess if the dogs aren't well behaved or well trained. And actually it does pay very well. But because of the risks associated with like having someone's dog, I'm not going to put it in the A category. I'm going to put it in a solid B, probably above Amazon FBA, because it is a really, really chill side hustle. Obviously, if you're allergic to dogs, don't do this one, but it is a very nice one, very chill, makes good money, and it's very cute. You get to play with someone's dog like the whole day. Okay, AliExpress dropshipping. So dropshipping is pretty much like Amazon FBA, except you don't ever buy the product. You don't ever touch it. So there's no inventory cost. There's no need to pay a warehouse to hold it for you. But the downside of dropshipping is you have no control over the back end of the product. Like someone buys a product from you and then you order it from someone else and then you tell them to ship that product to this other person. So if this person is really slow at delivering it, you may suffer because you don't have control over the product. And also you can't put your own label on it because it's not your own brand. So someone could technically just come in and, undercut you. But I think dropshipping is an interesting idea. If you can make it works really well. So for that reason, I will put it above Amazon FBA. Like I think dropshipping is a little bit better than FBA. Although if you get to a really, really good scale, FBA is better because you typically get better pricing if you can buy it yourself and it sells really well. But if you're only selling things here and there, one-offs, then dropshipping is probably better. The next one is flipping items. So that's like going to a garage sale, finding something really cool, maybe buying a locker in Storage Wars and then selling it for a profit. Now, obviously the cool thing is you can go out there, find some really good deals, sell it and make a quick profit. Now the downside of that is this is very time consuming. You have to go and scour and find good deals, negotiate with people, and then find another buyer who will buy it at a higher price, possibly on eBay. But what I've seen really happen is people go on shows like Storage Wars, they buy the whole thing, it's a lot of junk, maybe some few good stuff. So what ends up happening is these guys just end up having a whole bunch of crap in their garage and no real way to sell it. If you look at a lot of the thrift stores, most of it is garbage and people have to sit there and wait for someone to come by and buy their things. Honestly, I think it's a big waste of time. Yeah, you can find some cool things here and there, but as a side hustle that's consistent, probably not worth it. I would put it in the D category. Next one is landscaping. So that's like mowing someone's lawn or doing some basic things like tree trimming here and there. I think this is a very decent size hustle. It is kind of a business, so you can hire people and whatnot. But overall, if you want to get some quick cash, you can mow someone's lawn for, 30 to 60 bucks per session. You get a decent book of business. It can be pretty good. Overall, I would put this probably in the C category. Mostly because, you can't really scale it super, super well. You're basically going to be landscaping in your local neighborhood. Your time is your money. It is a relatively hard job to do. Like you're going to be sweating and it's less chill than freelancing. So I'll put it here. The next one is Airbnb short-term rental. So that's where you are doing like rental arbitrage. So you're renting a property from a landlord and then you're putting on Airbnb, renting it for a higher amount and you're getting the spread. But the downside to Airbnb arbitrage is, one, a lot of cities are cracking down on short-term rentals now. And if something happens and you can't get, people to rent your properties, then you still have to pay the landlord what you owe them. So it may not be as profitable as you think. And a lot of friends who are doing really well with this strategy in the beginning, but then COVID happened and they were losing like $40,000 a month because they still have to pay their landlords what they owed them. So it can be very risky. I think if you do this one, you need to have a lot of money already. But if you're good at it, you know how to set up short-term rentals, this can be very lucrative. So overall, I'm going to put this in the low A category. The potential is very high. You can scale this really well. You can make a lot of money. But the downside is if you mess up and you're not well funded, you're going to be in a world of pain. Next one is wholesaling. So this is again a real estate investing one where you get a property in a contract and then you sell it to another investor who can buy and do more. This one is really cool because I think you will be rejected a lot, but if you ever get a deal, you're gonna make more money than any of these in one shot. Most wholesalers are pulling in at least $10,000 per deal that they do. And some of the ones in the Bay Area make $100,000 for every wholesale deal that they do. So you can get no's all year round, get one deal and make more money in that one deal than all of these. So because of that, I'm gonna put this into the low S tier. I still think, digital products are better because it's basically fully passive. You don't get rejected nonstop. Whereas this one is a straight up hustle job. Like you need to be calling people, mailing them, door knocking, negotiating, and then finding buyers to buy your deals. But if you do this right, you're gonna make more money doing this than your full-time job. It's gonna be great. The next one is being a creator. So it's kind of like what Sharon and I do. We make content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then there's a whole economy to being a creator as well. Most people think that being a creator, we get paid through just AdSense, but that's not necessarily the case. AdSense is a small fraction of our total compensation because when we have an audience, now again, we can do affiliate marketing, like I mentioned here, right? We can tell you guys about the cool services that we are helping promote. Sometimes as a creator, we get approached by different brands to talk about their company and introduce them to the public. So they would pay us a sponsorship to do that. We can also sell our own digital products like I have my calculator and online courses like I'll mention later. Being a creator is very good, but of course the big downside is it does take a lot of effort to get to a certain level audience base. And you're also vulnerable to the whims of the algorithm. So if things change, then there's nothing you can really do about it. You just have to keep creating content. And that's one thing that's kind of bad about this is there is a chance for burnout. If you're sick of doing content, you don't feel good about the content you make anymore, you can quit. And then a lot of things that you have just won't be shown anymore, and so the flywheel doesn't turn. It's not really that passive, but you can do this from anywhere technically. I really enjoy it. I've met some great friends from doing this. Our incomes obviously have gone up a lot because we're creators at a certain level. So because of that, I'm going to put this in a high A. The major downside to being a creator is again, the fact that you need to put in a lot of time and effort before you actually get somewhere. But once you get to that point, it is really, really nice. I guess another downside to being a creator too is if you're working a full-time job, sometimes your employer will not be happy with you being a creator. Or let's say you're a loan officer. Sometimes you cannot talk about the different loans on your own channel because there are different regulations about what you're doing. So you need to be careful with this one. Like I've known some people who've gotten fired from their jobs because they are creators. So just be a little bit careful with this one. I guess some people too nervous about putting themselves out there for everyone to see. So this one does take a lot of guts to actually go out there, but I think it is well worth it. And finally, the last side hustle are online courses. Honestly, this one, without a doubt, is clearly the number one. Like it's S tier. This one combines several factors together, right? This one is a digital product, so it's infinitely scalable. This one is your own product as a creator. So unlike Amazon FBA, online courses are your own thing. So no one can really take it from you, right? You're the only one that sells your course this way. Unlike wholesaling, this is almost completely passive, right? The course is the course. Like I don't have to physically show up there and teach the course every single time. People can buy the course, watch it themselves, take the lesson and be on their way. This one pays a lot more than Print on Demand and Etsy because you can price it however you want, depending on what you think the value of the material is. And also, again, this is your baby. So like you're able to create and teach a lesson the way that you want to teach it and have your students get the results that they want to get. So one of our best courses is called Remote Rental Riches, where we teach people how to buy their first investment property. And we've gotten dozens of people who have come up to us at conferences and events and tell us how that course has changed their life and how they're able to buy their first rental property through the course. For us as a course creator, we feel very satisfied because we know that we did a great job, but also I didn't have to show up and teach them. And we were getting a lot of income just from selling these online courses. So in my opinion, I think everyone is good at something, right? Everyone knows something more than someone else. So just think about what you're good at. And even if you're not the best at one particular thing, I think if you combine the different attributes that you have, you're probably the best at the intersection of many different things. Like for example, there can be some professors who are really good at physics, but they're super boring. And on the other hand, you have someone who's okay at physics, but he's super entertaining. I think the person who's good at physics and good at entertainment is a better teacher than someone who's just really good at physics. So think about your strengths. I think if you can create content, you can be a creator and promote your own online courses, you can be very successful. And as a side hustle, this is probably the best thing to do. So this is my tier list of side hustles for beginners. And if I miss any of the side hustles that you're interested in, let me know down in the comment section below and I'll go and tell you where I would place them in my ranking. If you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely check out this video where I rank the best investment strategies for absolute beginners. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you and I'll see you next time. Take care.